Here we go. Looks like we're going live. Well, greetings, world, and greetings, Seven Spot. Thanks for being with us today. We've had a hell of a good time last week at the National Kit Car Show. And when I say we, I'm really talking about Trevor Rolfe and Jason Willicott, who basically went and interviewed anybody who's willing to stand in front of the camera. They caught the organizers, they got the presenters, they got the manufacturers, they covered all the field and the club meets. They just created a library of terrific stuff. And you want to see it, please go to our YouTube channel and you'll see all of the interviews they did, plus there's more coming. But one of the people that Trevor and Jason interviewed was Stuart Much of MEV Sports Cars. And I thought, boy, wouldn't it be great if we could get a North American touch on MEV. So I thought I'd give a call over to my good Facebook friend, Sean Castner, who I'm going to bring into the picture right now.
Hi,
Sean,
guys.
how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. It's a beautiful sunny Saturday here at Portland International Raceway. And here's my car behind me. And I am not driving it today because we are having a women's only event. So the women have been flogging my car as they wish. So I'm all yours.
Okay. Well, let's get on with it. I'm going to take myself out of the picture as I would like to do and put you into solo arrangement, and just so that we can have a look at your car. Now, I'm going to ask the softball questions like I always do, and like the one I just asked you when we were off air. Did you build this one yourself?
I built this. So mine is chassis number 53. So it is one of the early US chassis. And you can still see I have my orange pod because I actually did have the UK body on here. It was one that Warren himself had hand laid. And I believe it was the last of the UK three-piece bodies made in America. Mm-hmm. And my car has been on the road since 2015. Yep. It is also the prototype original #1 for the carbon fiber bodies.
Okay.
So
cool.
My body's taken a little abuse, but my girlfriend actually completely polished it for me the last few days, and it's looking a little better. But it's a car to be driven, not to be garaged for me.
Well, that's very cool. Now, off air, you were telling me there's a few differences in the chassis orientation on this car, and you had
sure.
Too, didn't you?
So this is chassis number 53, and I moved my seats in a lot. So I moved the driver's seat in 3.5 inches, mm-hmm. and the passenger seat in almost 3 inches, a little over 2.5. Mm-hmm. You might recognize my footrest down there on the passenger side. That is an Elise footrest. I also do own an Elise.
Yeah.
That's under reconstruction. So when I made this chassis, when I built the car, I specifically, on purpose, did not follow along behind anyone else's build threads.
Okay.
And I just took the car and figured it out. So I have never read the manual. I've never gone through anyone else's builds. And to me, it really made sense to get the seats in a lot more. Yeah. And I built these seats as 17-inch Kirkies so that anyone can fit and drive my car. I would say today I've had 5-6 people drive my car. A young girl learned to drive clutch earlier, but she didn't do too great around the autocross course.
Okay, cool. Now, for those who are not fully informed, please tell us what the underpinnings of a MEV Exocet are. What is the whole vehicle?
Mine, so mine was my original car, and I do have regrets that I killed a rather pristine white 91 Miata 1.6. And I am still a 1.6 right now, and soon as I get my '06 Elise back together,
Mhm.
then this will be an '02 VVT running V8 Roadster control arms,
Oh my
new
God.
powder coated subframes, the newer 5 speed. But my car currently, I think I saw 102 or 105,000 miles on this engine, 102 220.
Wow.
So this is, I owned the car for about 5 years before building um, it into an Exocet.
Wow. How cool. Now, this is my own question, probably one that some people who've been pondering the thought of building an Exocet have been have in the back of their heads. How difficult is it to lift the body off of the Miata? And then,
It took us about 8 hours. Really, it took more time to take the interior apart than
yeah.
anything else and to cleanly pull the wiring.
Oh, yeah.
And I did sell the majority of the car. I
Hmm.
actually sold the body for $2,000 back in 2015, which was a lot for a 1.6 Miata then, but it
Hmm.
was a white car with flares and a hard top. The hard
Wow.
top now would sell for 2.5 grand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but back then I felt quite blessed to get that for it.
Wow. Wow. What a terrific vehicle. And so you're going to be taking this and stripping it down, and then you're going to be putting a different engine in it?
So when you take a Miata apart, I'm sure most of you have seen it. It's very similar to pulling a Corvette apart. You're
Hmm.
left with what they call a roller skate. It's basically the front and the rear wheels, diff, engine, transmission, the power plant frame, PPF down the middle.
Hmm.
I actually didn't even change the oil when we built it because I had actually just changed the oil in the car before we tore it apart.
Yeah.
So this car has been down 101 from Portland to Laguna and
Yeah.
run at MRLS, Miata Rally Laguna Seca. I
Hmm.
lived in Sacramento and I drove the car in town in California.
So it's
Um,
street legal.
sure, it's got a license plate on it, um, and the license plate is a little bit out of dated. So maybe I need to up my registration this year. It has been a trailer queen for the last 3 years.
Wow.
And yes, it is street legal and it's gone through the DMV, done everything it should, and driven around. I technically should run fenders as every Lotus 7 should, but
Yeah.
I've never had an issue.
Yeah. Wow. Terrific, terrific vehicle. Wow. What can I say? I'm going to make this short and sweet, but I'm going to say thank you so much
You
for
betcha.
sharing your story with us. And uh, I'm going to just bring myself back into the picture quickly and switch you in and take me out. I'm going to say thank you so much, Sean, because you're going to get back to autocross here. And I'm going
Yeah,
to
we're
say,
running an all women's event. So it's just women driving, just women coaching.
yeah,
Had a girl with a driver's permit, hasn't made it to her license yet. And we have a few ladies in their 70s. So it's something we do every year. And it's a lot of fun. And you get a lot of people out. Um, all of the volunteers make it happen. Sorry. And Portland's running motorcycles back behind me. So we
yeah.
got bikes in the background
Oh, so
and it's a beautiful day.
where, what part of the international circuit are you at? Because you're not
I'm
on.
at the South Paddock, so we're
Okay.
basically in the parking lot.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you can see, we've got a big piece of tarmac,
Yeah.
and it looks like CRX about to go.
Yeah.
But we've got 20 students and 10 instructors. So about 5 people drove my car earlier, and I'm sure 5 to 10 will drive it later.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
had 50, 60 different people drive my car over the years. Um, I've had my hands on half a dozen Exocets around here. So if there's an Exocet in the Northwest, I pretty much have put my hands on it. And there are 2 Exocet groups on Facebook, and I'm an admin on both of those relatively active with all those.
Wow. Sean,
So yeah, if anyone has Exocet questions and they're in the Pacific Northwest, they're welcome to look me up, and the keys are always in it. Take it for a ride.
I'm ready to come down there myself. I'll be down there. We'll swap keys. How's that?
You betcha. Sounds good.
All right. I'm going to say thanks. Have yourself a great day, and we'll talk to you later.
You bet. Thank you for having me, Jim.
All right. Cheers for now.
Bye.